It's budget time and election season. Together they tell us a tale that we wouldn't want to hear of how we are made to look like a society of beggars in a freebie nation, of how political parties make it appear as though we live off their gratitude. There's a saying, if it smells mud, it is rain. If it smells star, it is elections. And if you hear lots of promises, it confirms it is elections. We Indians in 5 states now have another chance to elect our local rulers, who will then dole out freebies to us. Add up the populations of the 5 states that are going to the polls: Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Manipur, and Goa, and the population would be the 5th largest in the world after China, India, US, and Indonesia. The point is, some 183 million voters are making their choice, and they're being wooed with freebies. Here's a list of offers for voters of these 5 states from different political parties: free smartphones for schoolgirls, free electric scooters for college girls, free bus service, jobs reservation, 10 million jobs, 50% reservation for women, 8 free gas cylinders per annum, interest-free loans, 300 units of domestic power free power for irrigation, and much more. In 75 years of freedom, we probably never before looked so beggarly to our political parties that they dare to talk to us voters like this. Sadly, the masses cannot appreciate what it really means to get something for free. Take the case of just one of the free offers to the voters: free power. The power sector has power generating companies, power distribution companies or discoms, and the end consumer. Now, the discoms buy power from the generating companies and give it to the consumer. The consumer pays to the discom, which in turn pays to the generating company. Now, here's where the political party steps in and says to the consumers, you don't pay, the state government will pay. In reality, what happens is the consumer doesn't pay, the state government delays payment, putting the distribution companies in financial trouble, which in turn puts the generating companies in deep financial trouble. Look at the sheer depth of the problem. In January 2022, the outstanding dues of distribution companies to power producers had crossed 1 trillion rupees. The outstanding debt of 115 distribution companies across India in 2019 had crossed 5 trillion rupees. And the accumulated losses of 30 discoms across 9 states have crossed 700 billion rupees. Numbers that show us how India's power generating companies and distribution companies have been reduced to zombies. But even that doesn't stop our political parties and politicians from announcing even more free lunches. Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi, for instance, says if elected to power, he will not only waive pending electricity bills, he will waive even pending water bills. And he demonstrates how. Do you have unpaid electricity bills? Just burn them. And he shows how. Now, this is a state that's struggling to pay even salaries to government staff. Such waivers of bills and loans taken from banks have become so common in India that honest people who repay loans can look both foolish and cheated. Last fortnight, the Patiala Central Cooperative Bank told the Supreme Court that no farmer was repaying loans taken from the bank because all of them expected a waiver by the new government. For more than 2 decades, the message to Indian farmers: do not repay your loans. If you do, you will miss out when the government announces a farm loan waiver. And then there are the subsidies. A fertilizer subsidy alone of 1.4 trillion rupees this year to grow more food at a time when India is grappling with a food mountain. Mountains of rice, wheat and sugarcane. And this week we learn that there are 2 other surplus problems: turmeric in Andhra Pradesh and cardamom in Kerala. Of course, it's not only the farmers who are beneficiaries of loan waivers. Over the last 10 years, commercial banks in India have written off bad loans worth 11.68 trillion rupees, or more than 1 trillion rupees of bank loan write-off every year over the last 10 years. Moral of the story: whether you're a farmer or a corporate, If you repay loans, you look like a dumb fool. Just take a loan and wait for a waiver. Can there be an end to political leaders taking people's money and splurging it, giving the impression that the common man is the beneficiary of their gratitude? That's unlikely in a society which craves for subsidies and worships politicians who give them freebies. And in any case, elections in India are won on three main planks: subsidies, reservations, and communalism. Last week, Advocate Ashwini Kumar Upadhyay petitioned the Supreme Court of India to direct the Election Commission of India to deregister political parties that offer or distribute irrational freebies from public funds before elections. Fact is, freebies will continue until there is an ecosystem for people to earn their own livelihoods. Until then, political parties will continue to thrive while the nation becomes a financial wreck. Look at the latest asset status of political parties. The BJP 48.47 billion rupees, BSP 6.98 billion, Congress 5.88 billion, and the CPM 5.69 billion. This week was Republic Day, a traditional day for chest thumping, recalling the We the People pledge in the Constitution. Sadly, it's increasingly looking like we the beggars, living at the mercy of political parties. This video celebrates an 11-year-old Indian-Australian boy originally from Kerala and a peanut seller from Beerboom, Bengal, who both had international arc lights turned on them this week. 11-year-old Joel Ronnie, whose parents are from Kottayam and Ernakulam districts in Kerala, was the one who tossed the coin for Rafael Nadal and Daniil Medvedev before their epic Australian Open final match. Joel Ronnie undergoes coaching for tennis in Melbourne. In Beerboom, Bengal, peanut seller Bhupen Badhyakar added just a touch of creativity to his sales strategy with the Kacha Badam folk song, which has taken the internet by storm. Badhyakar barters peanuts for broken mobiles and imitation jewelry and other scrap, and he created the song to boost his sales. To cut the story short, his song is trending across the world on reels and remixes from Tanzania to South Korea to Germany to the US and of course different parts of India. Point to note, Bhupen Badhyakar did not go to any politician with a begging bowl.
Badam badam dada kacha badam amar gache nei kabubu bhaja badam. Badam